And I feel like it's almost, I don't have to dig in as much. It's kind of just, it's there.
That's the Kemper.
Yeah. This is Tom Cruise magic.
I had two guitar players come over to the studio recently to help me with a Kemper experiment.
Cleaner. A little extra.
And I gave them very basic instructions. Number one, just dial in a tone using this Marshall JCM2000 dual super loop. Number two, let me profile that tone on the Kemper. And then I'm going to switch between these two sounds. I just want you to keep playing the same passage over and over. I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but I want you to say stop when you hear the one that you like more. So that's the experiment. It's a simple blind A/B test just to see if the guitar players can tell the difference between the real amp
Interesting.
and the Kemper, and then also which one do they prefer.
That one is cleaner.
So each round, I'll give both of the guitar players a single vote that they can cast. We'll tally them up at the end and see who wins.
Skeletons use their bones.
So the first thing I did is I asked my brother Jason to dial in a tone that like maybe Slash would play.
Press the D button real quick.
Cool, let's try profiling that.
Play?
No, now we have to listen to Aliens.
So is this plugged into the Kemper?
Yeah, so it goes guitar into Kemper, Kemper into amp.
Okay.
That amp has a speaker that's in the guitar room over there.
Right.
And so I got two microphones on it, and so now it plays all of this shit through it that who knows what it's calculating. And it's going to spit something out on the other side that should be pretty close.
Cleaner. A little extra. I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
I like this one better.
Yeah.
This one has a little more sag in it.
There's just a little extra, like, almost white noise to it. Or it's
It's
like in the background, you can kind of feel a little...
It's a little more saturated.
Yeah.
This right here is the one I picked, right?
You both picked this one.
I think it's the Kemper.
It is the Kemper.
How funny is that?
They are close. The Kemper is a little murkier, but what's funny is both of you interpreted that as better. And I need to take a moment to say that we had a technical failure. I did have a camera on the Kemper and on the amp, so you could see us dialing in the tones. Obviously, that didn't work out. Shit happens sometimes. So I promise you, if we do another video like this, we'll definitely have a camera on the amps and you can watch us dialing in the tones. Speaking of which, is this a video you would like to see me continue on in the future with different players, different instruments, different gear, and basically doing this A/B blind test? Let me know in the comments, and I promise the next time I do it, we'll have a camera on the gear. Next up, my cousin Chris dialed in a really scooped out, like modern metal tone, chugging away power chords in drop C tuning.
You invited the aliens.
We are in Nevada.
You guys want to go to Area 51?
Absolutely. Let's go play metal in the Area 51, see if the aliens come. Yeah. It's definitely different.
That one is cleaner.
It's when I do the single most, I can tell a difference. One just has a little bit less kick.
Yeah.
That one right there has less kick.
That's like way more body. I like the first one better, but
I like that one. That's the Kemper, right?
I like the other one.
This is the one, Chris, you said you like this one. Jason, you said you like the other one.
Yeah.
This one is the Kemper.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This one had more low end. It's beefier and
I feel, yeah.
Yeah.
thicker, more saturated, a lot like the other one, too.
The other one sounds a little more tinny. I thought it sounded thick, but now there's a lot more beef in there.
My brother Jason also wanted to take a stab at some chugging power chords, but with a little bit less drive, something that might blend in like a pop rock track. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. With bass amps, this process rocks the fucking house.
Yeah.
This next one, where it goes, that one,
Oh yeah.
when it's a bass cab, like
Interesting.
15, like
It
the volume,
moves.
the whole house shakes.
Oh.
Sarah has to leave the house. She can't be downstairs. Like, take your headphones
So-
off. It's loud, especially the next part. This one, right? You're like,
Oh,
oh, that's
okay.
loud. And if you stand in that room, your ears will hurt. But when it's a bass amp,
Is that why
Hey,
Sarah
look,
said,
fucking
like,
jack
I'm getting
turn
out of
the
here?
vol- I like that one. I know that's the amp.
Jay, this is the one you like?
Yeah.
That's the Kemper. What I'm getting every time is the real amp sounds thinner compared to the Kemper.
Yeah.
Kemper's got more balls. There's just more saturation in the low end.
And so there's
Yeah.
nothing else going on in that. It's just I mean, it's taking it completely the way it is. There's no like reverb or small.
if you have
amount of
reverb and you
effects.
have delay and you have those things, it will model those
Include
too,
those.
and then you can turn them on and off. It's wild, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? Let's do that with the next one. Let's do a Strat sound with some reverb. Let's see if see how it handles. Okay. Yeah, let's down here. A little muddier.
Do you feel like we're cheating?
I like that one.
I like that one too.
And I feel like it's almost I don't have to dig in as much. It's kind of just it's there.
That's the Kemper.
Yeah. This is Tom Cruise magic.
It might be.
I'm really scared.
And then last, my brother grabbed a Tele and just tried to dial in like a really spanky kind of bluegrass country tone. I like that. You like it? You want to profile it?
Yeah.
There's a cool story about Pat, who came
Pat
in.
Smear? Yeah.
Pat and Kurt walked backstage, and Dave is playing guitar. They're like, Dave's better at guitar than the both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, and Taylor's like, fuck, you can play drums better than I can too.
Yeah.
Give me number one.
Clean.
Number two. I like that one. Did I pick the wrong one?
You both chose the Kemper again. So let's tally up the scorecard and see who won. My brother Jason chose the Kemper a total of 4 times and the Marshall only once. And wouldn't you know it, my cousin Chris had the same exact numbers. They both chose the Marshall on different examples, but the numbers don't lie. Today's winner is clearly the Kemper. Like I said early on, this is a video that I would love to keep doing as a series, so please let me know in the comments if this is something you want to see again, and also what players you want me to bring into the studio, what guitars, what basses, guitar amps, bass amps. This was a lot of fun. I'd love to do it again. And by the way, you can check out any of the gear we used in today's video just by clicking on the links you see in the description. And also, if you want to watch the full uncut video, this whole experiment took us about an hour and a half. I think we rolled camera for 90 minutes. So if you want to see all of it, uncut, unedited, uncensored, there's a link in the description to go join the Skeleton Crew. Speaking of which, thank you to these wonderful names right over here. Y'all are the best and you're keeping the lights on. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. We'll see you next time.